So I'm flying across the country in about 10 hours, and this is how much packing I finished so far. Hi everybody, it's Rob, and welcome to Monday's edition of Unprotected 6. I'm going to apologize a little bit in advance. It's going to be a little bit of a boring video today, probably a talking head. I'm going to try to do it all in one take with no edits because I'm extra lazy. But the reason for the rush is that I'm actually kind of panicking and scrambling here to get ready for my trip to Washington D.C. I leave tomorrow bright and early, like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why in the hell I booked a flight that early, but I'm leaving very early in the morning so I can get to Washington D.C. with a little time to spare, so maybe I can, you know, go try to find a fancy restaurant or something tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm going out there for business. I'm going to be there for a few days, so obviously I'm just having those last minute, you know, panic packing and everything. In fact, I don't know what the camera microphone does and doesn't pick up, but I'm actually, over there is the laundry here in the studio where the magic happens, the washer and dryer. So I'm actually running some laundry right now because I actually need some, you know, more long sleeve and furry clothes because it's going to be kind of cold out there. So yeah, I need to make sure I have all my sweaters and stuff. Anyhow, Drupals hosted our Sunday guest video, and Drew is hilarious, and Drew had so much energy in that video. It was great. I loved watching it and hearing the stories about the bars, and I guess that's this week's theme is, I guess, best night out. I don't know if that has to be something in a bar or what have you, and I swear, I racked my brain all day on a story I could tell for best night out, and I couldn't really think of anything. Like, you know, I go out once in a while, I might go to karaoke's or go to a bar, have a drink, or have fun, but I can't think of anything like really crazy that's ever happened. I had a friend get thrown out of a bar once for getting too drunk. Maybe that's like the craziest thing that's ever happened, I don't know. But I'll tell you my worst night out. My worst night out was New Year's Eve of the millennium. Remember right before Y2K and all that stuff? That was probably my worst night out. My friend and roommate Billy and I at the time tried to go out, and we were going around to different bars, and it just really sucked. Like, the crowds that were there were not the kind of crowds we were into. It was very bleh. This is, you know, big fraternity sorority town. It just, you know, Chico was where we were at the time. It just was not fun at all. We were not having fun. So we ended up going back to the apartment, and it was about 30 minutes before the ball was going to drop in Times Square, or, you know, taped, because we don't get to see that live here in California. We have to watch Dick Clark taped and all that stuff. But, you know, we just decided to watch it on TV, and it was kind of anticlimactic. But I don't know how we got this idea. I don't know if we'd been drinking earlier or what, but somehow one of us got the bright idea of, let's go outside and bang pots and pans together for the millennium. So we ended up having a pots and pans parade, and I put like a pot on my head, and we took pictures, and we were just, you know, being silly and obnoxious. And yeah, so my Y2K ended up being very anticlimactic. So that was probably like my worst night out ever, just because, you know, I think we all had these big ideals at the time. You know, I'm a little older than a lot of other people on this channel, but I think, you know, for those of us that were, you know, in our early 20s and so on at the time when Y2K happened, I think we all had these big ideals about what it was we wanted to do. Like, you know, oh, we want to be in Times Square for the moment, or we wanted to do something big. And yeah, it didn't happen for me. So I guess that was probably my worst night out, although it did end at least funny. We made each other laugh. That's the most important thing after all. So that's really my story. What else could I talk about? Because that's really it. I don't really have a lot else to share on that topic. I'm looking forward to hearing the other stories, though. Let me talk about some other stuff going on in the news. Usually Monday is like my night to catch up on TV. I'll try to watch like Apprentice now. I'll watch Amazing Race, Heroes. Tonight I'm going to have to put some of those on hold. But I did watch Amazing Race, and it's amazing. I haven't really been watching it that much in the past, but I've been watching every episode this season. And what I like about this season is that all the teams that are left are actually really likable. Like, all the teams that were kind of have all been eliminated. So all the teams that are left are really likable. The only thing I don't like is that I'll probably choke up and cry when Margie and Luke get eliminated, because they're amazing. I like them a lot. But all the teams left are great. I really would be happy if any of them won. So props to all you guys on Amazing Race. Britney Spears is on tour. And I was thinking about that because I just got tickets to go see No Doubt when they come here through Sacramento, which will be amazing. But I'm not sure why people would pay $80 to see Britney Spears perform, because you're basically paying all this money to watch her lip sync and walk around. And, you know, I'm not trying to hate her or anything. I have a lot of friends who are really into Britney Spears, and, you know, I like to listen to Womanizer and stuff too once in a while. But seriously, all that money just to watch her parade around the stage and lip sync? I don't know. That's a lot of money. I don't know if you saw this, but there's this video on the internet today. I guess she did a show like in Florida or something last night, and the mics were on or something when she went backstage, and she said, "My pussy's hanging out." I'm not kidding. Like, look it up on YouTube. I guess she said, "My pussy's hanging out," because I guess it was. I don't know. YouTube's kind of grainy. You can't really see it from that far away. But, like, you know, I just kind of can't help but think, you know, when isn't your pussy hanging out? Like, you know, I've seen all your videos on MTV. You've obviously, you know, had children and stuff, and you went through your crazy phase where you bawled and stuff. You know, I think your pussy kind of, you know, lives outdoors. So I don't know why this is such a shock. And then the other shock is that her microphone was on. Because why do her mics need to be on when she's so obviously lip-syncing the whole thing? I don't know. I'll never understand it. All right, anyhow, stay tuned because Todd will be here tomorrow with Todd Tuesday. I think. I don't know. I think him and Shane might still be doing Todd and Shane stuff because they kind of disappear when they're hanging out together. So I don't know. I think he'll be here tomorrow. But also, I am a little bit worried. I almost want to call the suicide hotline because I heard today that the Power Rangers are finally ending after 15 years. And I was like, Power Rangers have been on for 15 years? I guess maybe they've just been recycling the same fight footage for that whole time. So I don't know. So anyway, if Todd has not, you know, threatened to off himself about the Power Rangers ending, no, I tease all in good fun. He'll be here tomorrow, or somebody will, and Todd will be here later in the week, and, you know, all your fun weekly videos for the rest of the week for Unprotected 6. I do know Mark and Victoria have switched this week because of my trip. Victoria can't borrow my camera until later in the week, so it'll be a week of shake it up programming here at Unprotected 6. So that's it. I'm going to turn this camera off now and end my one-take video. I hope you guys have a great week, and if you want to rate, comment, subscribe, that would be great. And you can also follow me on Twitter because I'll try to post pictures from my vacation. It'll be fun. All right, bye.